At what point do you feel like no amount of money is enough to keep you there? And if it is, are you doing it for the right reasons?
Thank you very much for coming out this evening. Thank you. Give fuck too kind.
Yo, what up fam? My name is Andrew Taylor and I've got another special guest for you guys lined up today by the name of Maria. If you're not familiar with Maria, she has climbed the corporate ladder, transitioned into the automotive industry and is now scaling her very own e-commerce brand. But Maria's journey wasn't just a walk in the park. From moving countries from a very young age, studying law, she realized pretty damn quick that the 9-to-5 life was not for her. Instead of waiting for the opportunity, she went and made her own moves. We're gonna dive deep into her story on how she turned an idea during COVID into a successful e-commerce brand that it is today. Maria is a living proof that you can actually break away from the conventional path and do what you truly believe in. So gear up to be motivated and discover what it truly takes to go all in on your passion. Let's get it. What up?
Oh my God, so nice to meet you.
It's so good. How are you?
Stand up guy on 10 toes. Big body pull up in a Range Rover. I can change the whole game when I say so. I pull up, shut it down, yeah, they know.
That is a great one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please?
Running this game ain't a thing for me. I never switched up.
Know why you're doing it and who you're doing it for. If the answer is revenue, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
I be on 10, two-stepping in the party, I do not dance.
Fam, we got Maria here. Maria, tell us who you are, what you do, and what you're all about.
Hey, I'm Maria. I run Mirabelle Beauty, so that's an ecom brand.
Yep.
I used to be GM at Motorculture, but
That's right, you used to be the face of it.
yeah, still am.
Still are?
In a way,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Jake, alongside Jake. Worked at Go1 as a tech startup. It's like the first $1 billion startup to come out of Brisbane. Telstra, and now I have 2 other businesses on the way, a consulting company, and a lot to talk to you about. So,
Awesome. So take us back. I didn't actually realize that Russian.
Yes.
So you were born in Russia, moved here
Moved here when I was 4.
when you were 4. Your
Yeah.
parents wanted a different life, like.
So both my parents, they're doctors, and they also wanted a good quality of life for their kids. Quality of education over there is fantastic, but
Yeah.
recognition over there in other places isn't the best. And my granddad was actually an Antarctic explorer
No way.
for Australia.
That's sick.
Which is really random, but that's how my mum got into Australia. And then me and my dad came over, and then I went to school here, university here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
you
also-
studied law.
Law and business, yeah.
What made you want to study law?
When I was 7, I wanted to be a dentist, which was really random.
really?
Yeah, but then I just thought, like, I want to be a lawyer. I don't actually know why, but I've always found that topic really fascinating. And then when I actually started studying and went to uni, I still find it fascinating. I use it in everyday life, but
Yeah.
it was just like that critical analysis component of being able to know where to research, what cases to read, and more importantly, taking parts of each case and applying them as relevant to the situation,
Yeah.
which I think is just really applicable in business or in anything that you do, because it just shows you that the law is as you interpret it, right? And so is anything that you create, anything you build. It's you take an idea and a concept, and if you can argue it and debate it with certain facts to back it up and research, then you'll be able to succeed. So that's kind of, I wanted to be a lawyer, and then very quickly I realized I wanted the degree and I want the knowledge and the research, but I don't want
You
to.
don't want it. So you studied law.
Yeah.
It wasn't for you. You left that. Now I did hear, and this is something that I want the people to know, is you're a person that doesn't wait for an opportunity.
Yeah.
You go and get the opportunity. And there was something that I listened on a podcast before, obviously, you know, coming through and chatting about this, is you saw Motorculture. Not far down the road, around the corner, big shop front. I used to drive past it every single day, all the flashy cars and all that type of stuff.
Can't miss it.
And you decided, as like, you went for the opportunity. So how did that all come about?
So anything in life that I've ever done, I followed that exact practice, because if you don't take it for yourself, no one's going to give it to you on a silver platter. It's not how life works. I've always loved cars. I'm obsessed. Like, I have my dream car model there. When we go to the warehouse a little bit later, like, there's cars there as well. And I just love racing them, love the sound of them. And I was driving past, and there used to be an awesome cafe next door called Grumpy Madam.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really sad that it's gone. But these cars pulled up, and I was like, Gareth, what is that? And he's like, that's Motorculture. And then I drove past it, Googled it. It was like, Whitaker. And I'm like, everyone's reaction, right? Like, this is a scam. Right? Like, I was like, surely not, right? Like, you can win a Lambo, that's insane. And then obviously, like, they were quite big on social media at the time, so I just reached out. They'd won an award, and I was like, hey, like, congrats. And I just started my ecom company, and I was working at Go One. I'm like, I want to meet young entrepreneurs. Like, if you are who you surround yourself with, I just want to surround myself with amazing, like-minded people, and they really are. Like, they're young, they're driven, and they're just so smart for have created this amazing business with awesome cars. And I was like, well, it's a trifecta. I get to see sick cars and I get to meet awesome people. Like, let's see where it goes. So I messaged them. They're like, yeah, just come in. I walked in one day and they weren't there. And I was like, hello. It was like super quiet. And I was like, hey, how you going? And I was like, Maria, you walked here.
You're
doing it. Like, you're staying. So I stayed, and then we had a bit of a chat. And then I kind of just said, hey, like, thank you so much for your time. Would love to like catch up again, and ended up going to lunches with them, to dinners with them, and they invited me to some of their events, and I obviously came along and just took the opportunity to get to know people, because at the end of the day, like, if you don't expect anything from people, which I didn't, and you just have a chat, that's all it is. It's like, because everyone always goes in with an agenda, and I didn't have the agenda to work
and
there.
that's what they go in expecting something from it. It's like, my agenda is I want to get this, and this out of it. It's like, don't expect, what is it, jab, jab, hook? Like, it's like, provide value, and then when the time shows, like, strike while the iron is hot, like, take the opportunity when it comes.
Yeah, exactly. But like, don't actually expect anything to happen, because everyone like goes in there, it's like, oh, I came in here and I like helped you once and I expect to be paid, or I expect this. And I was actually saying this to my brother earlier. I was like, put yourself in situations, like, if you want to be in the fitness industry, go to a gym and work there, like, for free, volunteer your time in exchange for like a PT session or an education session or something. Like, he's 17, and I'm like, just put yourself in the position where you want to be, or put yourself around the people that you want to be like, because you will absorb it. It's like what Denzel Washington says, it's like, you hang around a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut, right? And so that's kind of what happened. Was I loved cars. I kept going to the events, and they wanted to expand. They had 2 staff, a videographer and a customer service rep. And they were like, hey, do you want to interview to be our ops manager? And I was like, never been an ops manager before. Like,
give it a shot.
Sure, why not? Like, I have my own company. I've run the sales team. I've trained a sales team. And everything else we can just like figure out on the way. Like, read a book, watch a YouTube video, Google it, like,
wing it,
just go with it, right? Like, no one who really knows what they're doing, right? And we'd ended up being that I started as their operations manager. We have had ended up becoming their GM. We now have a team of 14. And in the last 2 years, like, honestly, their support of my business on the side has been amazing.
That's what I love.
What we've been able to achieve, like the growth in the member base, but more importantly, the growth in the events in the community, and just showcasing that you don't have to hoon and do burnouts and all of this.
It's very family oriented. That's what I have noticed. It's like, it's all family oriented. There's no drinking, there's no skids. It's not late at night till early hours of the morning. Like, it's like, people can take their kids, their mum, their dad, you know, all that type of stuff.
Well, people think like, they always say, I don't like cars. It's like, well, no, you just don't like certain types of cars. Our vision is that an automotive community must be the most diverse, because a car is whatever it means to you, the memory that you create, whether it's taking your kids to soccer, a road trip, like you're singing, you're going through the drive-through, or you're going camping, or you're absolutely tearing it up on a racetrack, whatever it is, it's what a car means to you. That's pretty much what we've built. We did over 39 events last year in 5 different states. That's over 100,000 people across all of them. Like, it was honestly just, it was wild. We got some awesome partners on board. Like, we got sponsored by Yokohama, Liquid Moly, Superior Engineering, Method Race Wheels. It's Off-Road Animal. Like, it's been so cool. And then like, I got to work with B-Tune to tune some insane cars. It's just been a wild ride, and the support of Tom and Tom, I call them Tom Square, just has been unprecedented. That was really, really fun. But you walk in there and you get that opportunity by being there.
Showing up, So you mentioned before that they're supportive of your ecom brand, because this is what you're doubling down on. You're going all in on the ecom side of things. How did it start?
during COVID, like let's be real, I wanted to start a business. Who didn't want to start a business? And my mum could never get her nails done, and I used to get acrylics and bite my nails all the time. And like obviously salons were closed, and then if you're working full time, like it's a 9 to 5 salon, and so you either go like you rush from work or you waste half your weekend at the nail salon. And it's either like yourself is frustrated, your partner's frustrated,
An hour or two at the nail salon.
It's 100.
I've hung out the front of those a few times.
Seriously, you should
kills me.
I'll give you one when we go to the warehouse soon. It's like, honestly, and I was like, how do we solve this problem? And I don't want those little flimsy little UV lights and the nail polish, you're walking around like this and it's uneven. And I did a lot of research, and SNS was really up and coming, but you still needed a UV light for that. And then I found and worked with a manufacturer to develop Mirabelle, which is pretty much you don't need a UV light, it dries instantly, it's as hard as an acrylic nail, and you can take it off because we've got a remover gel as well.
Yeah, nice.
And then you just do it yourself. And then I wrote an 8-week challenge because I grew my own nails, like from 20 years of biting them, and now like hundreds of women are growing their nails.
So you've got a community of women that are all...
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Well, why don't we go check out the warehouse, and then...
So the warehouse is here?
No, warehouse is in Bulimba.
All right,
so let's go for a drive.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Never gets old.
Bad man. Why they wanna be like nigga sad man? Too wavy, swallow your pride. All of my guys, call them they slide. They will oblige.
Oh, this is a space.
This is it.
How cool. So this is where you film all the TikToks.
Yeah. So my business partner, Emily, she owns Mbod. She sells the rollers now as well. And so we're going into business to do rebod, which we're super excited for.
Let's go back. Let's take this right back. What made you, like I obviously understood that you used to bite your nails and all that type of stuff. I know a lot of people, they probably wouldn't think to go into nail care and stuff like that. What made you want to go into it? Was it because of the nail biting?
Like I would never do my own nails at home.
Yeah.
Like at all. And I figured like skincare is saturated, hair care is quite saturated, and it's also not, like it's something that I'm passionate about, but I've never had an issue with it. And with nail care, it was really interesting how it's evolved, because it started with, we'll just do some colors, we'll see how it goes, like it's going to be harder than acrylic. And then I just slowly started to learn more about application. Like as you do, like when you start a business, you start to educate yourself on things, and like as we were saying before, like you just learn on the go, you just jump in, and like there's always going to be more information. And then I started learning about what to do, and hydration, and how your nails are very similar to your hair and your skin. And then I started making analogies about how to apply this, because it's like fake tan where you put it on your skin and you can't get it off immediately. It's the same thing. And it's like if you scrub your skin to get fake tan off, and if you like scrub to get this off, like obviously it's going to harm the nail. So I'm like, how do I educate people to remove it safely and to maintain their healthy nail growth, as opposed to grinding it like they do in nails? And then it just evolved more into that of like cuticle hydration, trimming them. And then it's like, okay, consciously thinking, why are they chipping? Why am I biting my nails? And then I'm like, okay, when am I not biting my nails? And then it was like, it's a really random evolution, but I was like, okay, if there's thickness on it, I will stop myself because I won't bite through. And then if I do it a certain way, like what other ways can I start applying it? And like I'm starting to pick at it more on day 4 or 5 when the cuticles are growing back. So how do I prevent that? Like you start hydrating them, and then that all comes from nail health and drinking more water and what you eat and what you do. And like it just kind of evolved from that. And so unlike other brands, and that's why I don't like to compare myself to any other brand.
I like that.
Because it's like you've got Ferrari and Lambo, most people have both. You've got Netflix, Stan, Disney,
People
Amazon. I've got all 4.
And I think that's the biggest thing is like there's people, to say is like dominate your competition. And I always look at it and go, there's enough food for everyone to eat at. Like there's enough food for someone to come sit at the table and eat.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's like, do you have Reeboks? What other shoes do you have?
Nike, Adidas, like Gucci, everything you can think of.
Right, and what I'm building with this slowly, and I started it at the event that I had last year for this. One, it's a community, because I'm not doing this for myself. Like I haven't taken a profit from this in the 3 years. Like I've just been reinvesting it back because people want more colors, more products. But I'm doing this for the community where women are actually, like I started a Facebook group and they're coming in there and they helping each other. Like I barely do customer service because my customers do it for me. And
I love that because that's a tough part.
Yeah, but the point to that was I reached out to some of the incredible business owners that I know. Like I've met Priscilla from Banging Body, and what she's done there. I know
Yeah.
Jared from Before You Speak Coffee, Muscle Nation. Like I've got my skin lady, Taylor, she does Skin Enhance, obviously Embod,
Yeah.
Katie Stevens from Sprayed. So I like reached out to all of them and I said, hey, I've got this event with 100 women who are coming along. They're all obviously interested in beauty because it's for nails. I did it at MCA, another reason they support me. I'm like, bless your souls. Like it was beauty amongst the cars, not the stars.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have these gift bags. So would you like to donate sample Naked Harvest as well. Like
Yep.
I was like, do you want to donate samples and a prize for the raffle at the end? And what I've actually started with Mirabelle as well is a subscription. So 2 tiers.
Subscription's huge.
I haven't even pushed it even a little bit because I just haven't had the time to do it how I want to do it and give the value back. But I started a subscription and I was like, I'm going to get discounts from all of these other brands and give it back to my customers and keep growing because it's not a direct competition for me. They're probably still going to buy it, and then it just keeps giving the value back. And like by supporting each other and like doing cross promotion, like it just makes you real. And that's, we were talking about influencers. I'm going to segue back to that because I started that community by reaching out to the 5-star reviews and anyone that purchased more than 5 times.
Yep.
And like the value of my customers, it's incredible. Like, some of them have ordered 30, 40 times.
How good is it
Like,
when you see that shop on Shopify and you're like, what? Like, you're kidding me. Like, this person has ordered that many times.
like I can't believe that you love it that much. And I started asking for videos from my customers, and some of them are like 40, 50, 60 years old. Like one lady, I'm actually crying thinking about it because she got her husband to film her doing her nails, and then she filmed me another one. And like they're advocates, they're paying for the product, they're using the product. Why the F would I pay someone else to use the product? Like, I almost feel like that's an insult to the customers that actually love it and believe in it and can give me an honest review. And then you look at other brands and they like Photoshop the nails and they do unrealistic things. And like, I always say 5 weeks, some of them say it lasts up to 5 weeks. And this isn't me like shitting on another brand, but it's like, would you go back to the salon every 5 weeks? Probably not, because your nail is going to be down to here. Like, I've let my nails grow out for 4 weeks before, and I was tortured by them. I was like, I need to sort this out like right now. And so I just promote 2 to 3 weeks, healthy nail growth, healthy results. These are real women. These are their results. I have a Facebook group with thousands of photos. Like, I'll put new colors in there. They'll buy them. They'll do the nails. I'll take the photo and I'll put it as a product photo. I don't need to Photoshop anything. It's real women, real results, and that's the community that we're building. So,
and I think that's where a lot of people are going wrong these days is like coming back to the whole influencer marketing is just like, as I mentioned, it's like we've gone through an era where influencer marketing was so big that a lot of it was fake. Like, there was so much fakeness about the influencer marketing that it's like, you know, we've paid 10s, 20s. I think the most we've ever paid for an influence was upwards of $25,000. And did we get an ROI on it? No. Were we expecting an ROI on it? Look, yes and no. We would have thought we would have at least made it back. Versus, you know, I've had people that have worked for me like Sarah, like just she was a regular mum. What is she? 40, 41, 2 kids. She has like 3,000 followers on Instagram. We got more off her than somebody that had, you know, 300,000 followers. And we're like, there's a misalignment because some of these influencers are pushing products down people's throats that they just simply don't give a shit about. Now, on the flip side, majority of our photo shoots are customers. One of our main guys that's in all of our photo shoots, Brooklyn, he was a customer of ours and he supported. And I'm like, you know what, I want you to be the face of the brand. Like, you need to come in and I need you to be the face of it. And he does all our photo shoots. Rachel, the exact same thing. And it's like, we even set up a Facebook ad, and the #1 Facebook ad that is killing it right now is a photo of our customer who comes back and buys regularly. Not some fake influencer, not someone that's trying to push a product down. It's like someone that genuinely loves the brand.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people are getting lost with it.
Don't get me wrong. I think influencers are really good in the sense that if they're actually using it. So, for example, like with MCA, we promote brands because we build the cars, right? And I've seen a lot of influencers, they will promote a brand because they're actually using the product. And I think that's fantastic.
That's the good side of it,
right?
yes.
And that's where influencer marketing is fantastic because it's actually seamlessly, organically integrated. And it's not like, hey guys, here's an iPhone. I just got it and I think you should buy it too. It's like, you haven't used it, but okay. Influencers, if they actually use the product, love the product, and they get sponsored, that's a different story. But I think that like when I get these pitch decks of I can create UGC content for you. You get the, hey, like it's $2,500 for 5 stories. My personal favorite one is user rights to content these days. I understand, like, great idea, fantastic, but like, to give someone, you can have 1 month usage. I was like, I just want a video. Or like, I reached out to, like, she has amazing content, and she was doing dip content, and I said, look, I don't need you to promote the brand. I just really love your style of videos. Like, I haven't quite figured out how to set my camera up to do that. And I would really love one just using the product. Again, you don't need to promote it. You don't need to post it. I just want a video. Can I pay you? Like, I don't, like a
videographer, essentially.
I'm like, $2,000, $3,000. I don't even care, like, how much. And then she's like, oh, you can only use it for a year or 12 months, like, or month by month. And I'm like, I don't want that. Like, I just want a nice video of someone using my product and not have to worry about it, because, like, you know, like you edit content, you're like, oh, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to overlay that, and then, sweet. And I don't want to think, oh, do I have the usage rights? This and then, like,
is it still in there? Do I need to pull that down? Like,
so
I agree. You started this in COVID. What is one of the biggest hurdles that you've had to overcome with starting an ecom brand? Because everyone wants to start an ecom brand, online, passive income, all that type of stuff. It seems to be a word that's thrown around quite a lot.
Yeah.
What's one of the biggest hurdles that you've probably had to overcome with this?
I think people in ecom don't actually, like, it's really easy to say I have a six-figure, multi-six-figure, like, I can say I have a multi-six-figure brand, but if you do it properly and you care about the customers, the cost of running a business obviously is very hard, and you can't guarantee that content's going to work, and you can't guarantee that you invest money into ads. Like, it's not like, bang, I filmed an ad, guys, it's gonna 10x.
You think you're going to create just that one ad and it's just going to take off. Like, you got to be, I think, and I was speaking with Simon about this the other day, it's like, when it comes to creating content these days, you are a content creating machine. That's all you need to do now is create content, because you might have 50 pieces and 2 of them might only hit. The other 48 are just shit.
So I think overall the biggest, I'm going to say, challenge is consistency, because at the end of the day, with any business, like with fitness, with anything, like, if you just have to show up when you don't want to, and challenges are just business. That's just life. Like, you're going to get tax bills. You're going to get
the tax department. Yes.
You're going to get registered for GST. Like, you're going to have to pay, like, import taxes. You need to expand, staffing, like, unexpected costs, refunds, shitty customer emails, amazing customer emails, incredible feedback. You're going to get all of that. I don't look at those as hurdles or challenges. That's just business. That's just life. I think the biggest thing is just show up every single day, and be consistent with it, and keep pushing even when it turns to shit, or when it's not performing, and when you're tired. Like, that's probably the biggest challenge, is seeing the vision of where you want to take it for yourself and being able to push through even
through the shit.
Because
I think that's where a lot of people, because even, like, I don't know if you're the same, but I know that when months are down and we're down, and I'm just like, oh, like, am I doing the right thing? And it's like, just keep pushing. Like, I still vividly remember, I think it was about this time last year, all the boys were heading over to Mexico for a Bucks party. And I'm like, this is great. Like, I'm excited. All the boys are heading over there for a Bucks party. This is going to be great. And I'm like, just something inside me, you know, that emoji where it's like, he's got the pick and the axe and he's like just about to break through, and it's a guy that gave up. And it's like, I was like, I feel so close. And I still have the text message on my phone where I was like, I can't go. I feel like I'm just that close. And the month that they went on the Bucks party, we had our biggest month ever. And that's what it was like going to the gym. You show up, you do the reps to get that 200 kilo squat, deadlift, whatever it is. Because if you don't do the reps, then you're never going to get the results.
People think that it's an 8-week challenge and then you're going to keep it, and or like, you're going to diet hard and eat things you don't want to eat, and you're going to maintain that body, like, after it. It doesn't work that way. It's like, business is the exact same. If you just expect, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. Like Alex Hormozy says this, like, a morning routine is not going to make you a millionaire, because, like, I'm going to wake up at 5, I'm going to read a book, I'm going to post on TikTok once every day for a month, and I'm going to be a millionaire. It
doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. I actually heard something yesterday which I found quite fascinating, and I don't know how true it is, but it kind of opened my eyes to it. It was like, routine is like the worst way to live. I actually think it's a great way to live, but they're like, routine is the worst way to live because You're doing the same shit day in, day out. That's so routine, which is good for you, but you're never challenging yourself. You're never doing something out of the norm and exciting. And I was like, it's got a fair point.
Habits are important.
Habits, yeah.
So being able to maintain everything that you need to do, no matter what the environment and where you are,
Yep.
is stronger than I have to wake up at 5 a.m., make my bed, have my coffee in this exact way, put my bottle here, and then like sit and type. Like I think having the consistency and fluidity, that makes you resilient.
Yep.
And that will help you overcome anything that you need
Challenges,
to do.
yep.
Yeah, because then you can have new ideas. Like something's not working, you're not going, oh well, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's okay, cool. What else am I going to do?
Adapt, evolve, you know, and that's probably a big thing. And it's like, I even say that to some of my one-on-one clients at the moment. It's like, when something's not working, you got to be able to adapt and evolve really fast. Don't take, you know, and I think this is probably what's wrong with some big corporations. It's like they take 2-3 months to be able to change something. And it's like, no, let's move fast and break it. I think it's
Facebook.
LSKD. I think, is that
The
them?
fast and break shit. I think it started with Facebook.
Yeah, something along those lines where it's
Facebook,
like, just move fast and just break shit. Like just move really, really fast. Test, tweak, repeat, twist, tweak, repeat, you know, type thing.
It's obviously very hard to do when you have an established business for over 100 years and you have to like communicate it, and it's hard. But in a startup now, like we implemented OKRs, and I've implemented them here, even though I've got just 2 people. And even in contractors, like I'll run them through my vision, mission, values, goals, like where we were last year. And it's like that transparency with your team is so important, because people need to buy into your vision, and you need to communicate it to them. Why are you doing it? And it's not to make like, money comes when you are true to yourself. Like it might not come straight
100%.
away, but it will come. Like if your primary focus is make money, like I could launch a 70% off sale right now and sell
Make
out.
bank, yeah.
And then what? Like
There's nothing.
like cool. But if you have a purpose and a vision, one for yourself, like you have to understand your values and what you want for your life, and take every action in alignment with that. And then 2, for your company. OKRs were like pivotal for me, because like you have the objective for the business, and then you cascade it down to everyone within the team. But everyone is then doing something that's relevant to the overarching objective and key results.
Yep.
And if you're not doing something that aligns with that and the values, then it's absolutely irrelevant, and you shouldn't be doing it.
Yep.
And that's how YouTube grew. LSKD started using them. MyFitnessPal, great book, Measure What Matters. If you haven't read it, highly recommend.
I'd have to have a look, because that's what I'm big on, is like every single morning I write down my mission, what I'm looking to achieve. If my goals for those days do not align with that mission, cross them off. Don't do them. It's got nothing. If it's not aligning with the direction that I'm wanting to take, not only my personal brand, but my company's, don't do it, type thing. That's obviously something that's you've had to overcome with, you know, the biggest challenges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What is the greatest success that you've had out of your business so far? Like, what is one moment that just stands out for you? You're like, fucking gives me the goosebumps. Like,
You're gonna think it's lame.
no, trust me, no.
Honestly, the ones that genuinely make me like goosebump cry, when I get a long email or a
Yes.
video, like someone wants, like I run them as ads, because it's a true reaction. I had a lady who sent me a really mean email. I want a refund. I hate it. A month later, she sent me an email. I'm so sorry. I tried it again. I love your product, because I like when they want a refund, like I'll send them ebooks and like here's our community, here's a video, like join it. Here's like tips and tricks. If it's not for you, cool. And then if we go through a couple of obviously iterations like that, because sometimes it is user error, but sometimes it's like it just might not work for you. That's fine. But then this lady said, how do I pay for it again? Because I'm so sorry. I tried it again and I love it. And it lasts me for so long. And she sent me this massive email, and moments like that, they stand out to me. And like I got another one. It was like, honestly, on my iPhone screen, I had to scroll. Thank you so much. I bought this for me and my daughter. I'm now able to actually reconnect with her, and she looks forward to doing her nails with me, and it's our opportunity to sit together and we laugh, and we haven't done that in years. Or I haven't been able to grow my nails for 50 years, and now I feel confident to actually walk outside and do that. So like, for me, those moments, like if I can just share those with other people to show that it's not about like, oh, the prettiest nail color or like anything like that. It's just you can create memories. Like you learn how to do something. You're not gonna like, you're not going to get it perfect the first time. Like, you never, like, you go to Napoleon or you go to Mac and you buy makeup, like you're not going to do it like the makeup artist. It's unrealistic, and we have like this society of unrealistic expectations on self of what you're able to achieve. But it's being true to like yourself and understanding that like it's a memory for yourself. Like it's not going to be the same as a salon. It's cheaper. But you can sit at home with your kids. You're not spending 3 hours at the salon on the weekend while everyone's like running around and like you're stressed, and you can actually just enjoy your time. Like I'll watch my brother in the pool and I'll do my nails.
100%.
Like, and I actually make like joke TikToks out of where I can
do your nails,
my nails. Like
rather than having to spend half an hour driving to the shop, spending 2 hours in the shop, half an hour home. You know, that's 3-4 hours of your day gone. Not that I've ever had my nails done. Well, today may potentially be the first time that I ever get my nails done.
I'll do clear.
I've got a podcast after this, so it could look very cute in the next podcast. What's the vision? Like, where are you wanting to take this now? Like, you've obviously, you've been with motorculture, you're now going 100% all in because, you studied to become a lawyer, it wasn't for you. You worked the corporate ladder, wasn't for you. You started an e-com business, you wanted that freedom, you wanted that time, get out of that 9 to 5. If anyone knows that when you do start your own business, you want to do it to leave the 9 to 5, but you're now working 24 hours a day, it's the most craziest thing in the world.
But you love it.
But you do love it. Sometimes, like, yeah, it's nuts. So what's the vision for you? Where are you wanting to take this?
So with Mirabelle, as I mentioned, there's a subscription component, and I'm really moving into more content creation. So for me, the way that I see it is I want to partner with more brands in the health and beauty space in any way, shape or form to actually create content on how to look after yourself at home. So I'll be starting with nails myself, and then that's where I think influencer collaborations will be really valuable. And so developing kind of an online library of skincare routines or just at home self-care, which isn't really focused on not like fads or anything like that, but like actual things that work, that are easy, that you can quickly implement, and just educating people on how to look after yourself at home and implement these habits. And so creating kind of that online platform to A, help people use the product better, and B, incorporating other people just to make it more interesting. So making that kind of a holistic digital brand just as much as a tangible brand. Obviously incorporating Rebod into that because I'm just very passionate about health.
Yeah, so Rebod. So I know we've touched on this a little bit before. This is a new project that you're looking to do. Tell us more about that.
So we're launching it in the next month. LED infrared bed. So you go to get a facial and you lie under this infrared bed, and you've probably seen these weird TikToks of girls wearing masks on their face.
Yeah.
So that essentially helps with collagen production, rejuvenation of skin cells, reducing scarring, reducing acne, and just all around health. And it's pretty much like putting the sun on your face without the skin cancer. So that Emily from Mbod, she bought an LED bed, infrared bed for her studio. You might have noticed Total Fusion has one. Kim Kardashian made a TikTok of it as well, that she has one, of course, in her house. I've been with Emily now, we've known each other for about a year, and we've just really clicked on the whole holistic health thing, and we're like, this hasn't been brought to Australia, it hasn't been done well, and we're going to bring it to other businesses to spread around Australia to help them launch it and to again, promote that rejuvenation, recovery, and just overall health for yourself. So that really ties into this, and I've always done 2 things at a time, and I've done them well. So I'm they always say like you should always do one thing, like focus on that one thing and be really good at it. But I'm very much like that. I've got to be multiple different things going at one time because I find it. But as you said yourself, like you set your goals, your values, your vision, and for me, my vision is to have an impact on people's health, well-being, and self-confidence, and just being a real version of themselves. And I feel that everything that I do aligns with that. And if I can build a team, which I've found that I can do, if I can build a team that will help me do that, then that is my vision. Like I don't have to do it myself, and I can delegate and bring people on board for the journey. Like Aggie's so passionate. Like she was texting me yesterday. She's like, I'm so excited for you to go more in on this brand. Like there's so much more we can do. And when you have people around you that can help build your vision, like I did with Tom, for example, there's so much that you can achieve. And it doesn't mean that you're not focusing on one thing. It's like you just have an impact that you want to make on the world, and you pick the key things that are going to do that. Like Culture Kings, Simon's a great example. Like that one thing ended up being, they did influencers, they did a barbershop, they have the most insane
It
stores.
all
across
was on the
world.
same path, essentially.
Yeah. And they wanted streetwear, right? But like it had so many moving parts. It's not like he just sold shorts, right? It's like there was a lot that went into it. So it's, what is the vision that you want to build for yourself? And mine is to make an impact on people's health and well-being, and just an understanding and realistic version of themselves, I guess.
Love it.
One of my friends has been saying to me that your risk right now is other people's reality. It's like, if this fails, which it won't, but if it did, it won't fail because I won't let it fail in any way, shape. Like, you just keep going. But if it did, I can just go and get a job.
Exactly.
That's the issue. Like, I can go back to whatever life I might not want at this moment. But if you want to do something, you can get so comfortable. And we were talking about this the other day. It's like, at what point do you feel like no amount of money is enough to keep you there? And if it is, are you doing it for the right reasons?
Yep, 100%.
Because I started to feel like I don't want it for the money. Like I said to you before, I don't really care about a salary.
There's more to this that you want to achieve. Yep.
Yeah, and it goes beyond a salary. And if you're staying there if you're staying doing what you're doing for a salary and exchanging your time, that's time that you're never going to get back. So find a way to continue doing what you're doing without having to exchange your time. So I can still be a part of motor culture, and I am still a part of motor culture. I'm very grateful to be.
And you probably will be for the rest of your life.
Possibly, 100%. And I feel like I will actually be able to give more to them because I'm not sitting there 9 to 5 stressing about everything else that I need to do.
You're going to have a clearer vision. Yeah.
Because you can direct your time.
Yeah. So obviously the guys, was it Tom and Tom? Tom Square?
Tom Square.
Tom Square.
Yeah.
So they're obviously been a massive role model for you and what you're looking to achieve and stuff like that. Do you have any mentors, anyone that you look up to, or been mentored from, people before, and what's your thoughts on that?
I haven't had a kind of a direct mentor per se. I like to communicate with a lot of people. In terms of people that I look up to, Alex Hormozi, Leila Hormozi, I absolutely adore them. It was actually, this is when the moment that I decided I needed to quit my job. Leila Hormozi posted on her story that she's hiring, right?
Yeah.
And it was in Las Vegas, and it was a role for kind of like a growth specialist. So it was running their small business scale webinars and or live workshops, right? So it was designing them, running the team, and executing. And you had to have experience with a certain number of businesses, like your own startup or a business like COO position equivalent of a multi-million-dollar business, experience in sales. And I was like, I've never read a more perfect job description in my life.
This has got me written all over it.
No, seriously. And I went and got Alex Hormozi's books, like $100 million offers, $100 million leads, took the formats from those, put together a 15-minute pitch, like in about a 4-hour time frame. I was at the gym. I was running on the treadmill. I saw this. I started watching Leila's videos on how to hire, so that to see what she looks for. And then I went home, recorded this pitch, put together a presentation. I was like, I'm not sending you a resume. Like, you need more than that.
Yeah.
And then I went on Sales Now, found the phone numbers for Leila, for Alex, for her PA, for the head of people, head of sales, head of recruiting, sent it to all of them, got a response. It ended up being in the US, and obviously they're very, anyway. But then I was speaking to my mum, and she said, why do you want to leave your current role? And I was like, I just feel like I have more to give if I have more time. She's like, is moving to Las Vegas? I was ready to move to Las Vegas. I was like, I'm going to sell everything. I'm moving to Las Vegas to work for Leila Hormozi, like my absolute idol. And she was like, will that change anything? I was like, no, it won't, because I will still be working for somebody else, and it won't be my vision. And in about one or 2 years, it's going to be the exact same thing. Yep. And at that moment, I realized no salary, no job, no other person is going to subsidize the fact that I have the drive and the capability and belief in myself to succeed and to build something. Yep. And at that moment, I was like, I need to resign and focus on my own without letting anybody down, without not so much thinking about other people, but how do I design my life to be able to keep doing what I'm doing, but in my own time
Yep.
and on my own terms that's still bringing value to the people around me. So in terms of mentorship, like I surround myself with business owners. Like, I'll always ask them questions.
Yep.
Like Katie Stevens, Anita Sarkar.
Yep.
I saw her speaking at an event once. I literally booked in for a call with her. Like I paid for it
Yeah,
just
love
to
it.
chat with her. Obviously, like, I just know a lot. Like Jack Bloomfield's one of my really good friends. He has Disputify now turned Reshop.
Yeah.
I have I just have so many amazing people in my life that
You can call up and ask a question
just
any
have
given
a
time.
chat. Like my friend Dylan down in Melbourne, he owns Platinum Health Supply.
Yeah.
Obviously, the two Toms from Motorculture. Tom has a couple of mentors as well that I always have access to, and I don't even look at them as mentors. Just surround yourself with the right people that have the same values and goals
Yep.
as yourself. And if you're not competitive and you don't expect anything from them, just have a chat. And that circles back to like that original thing we said back at the apartment. Like, give yourself the opportunity, put
Yep.
yourself in a position, but expect nothing from it.
Exactly.
And that, like, just be a real human.
Yep, 100%. Be a real human. That's
real
the biggest thing. So,
Yeah.
for anyone that's watching right now, if they were to start an ecom brand or any type of business, what's your advice for them to go out there and start it?
My biggest advice is know why you're doing it.
Yep.
And who you're doing it for. Mainly the why are you doing it? Why should it succeed? And if the answer is revenue, you're doing it for
You're in the
wrong
wrong
reason.
place. And you heard that right here, right now. Thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Give me a hug. Thank you so much.
Repeat, I'm knee deep, need a dub, best that you seek me, I'm too sick.
Okay, I'm sure she has it. If you want to get it off, file off the top coat, get a cotton bud, acetone, just hold it on there for 5 minutes, okay? Because otherwise it'll be getting...
Look at that. See that? Very fancy.